In this video, I'm just going to talk through some of the basic ways you can edit your image in Photoshop. This is just a way of making the most out of your documentation, communicating with anyone who looks at your portfolio how amazingly brilliant your design is, and just making it just true to life as possible. Because sometimes when we take photos, we don't really capture the best image that we can. So we want to make the most from it. So I'm just going to go into Finder and click on the Nikon. This is the place where my image is saved, and it's somewhere down here at the bottom. Let's have a look. It's not quite there, so it's just about here. There we go. So I've made a few images. If I click spacebar onto that image, it kind of makes it bigger, so it just gives me a better picture of what I'm looking at. So I've done a few angles, and I'm going to pick one of these. And before I do that, I just want to show you that I have also taken some close-ups. So don't forget that you can go right in there and you can have more than one image. So you can have an image that's kind of getting the overall picture, and then you can go right in and do a close-up, just to show the details, because you put a lot of work into this project. So really celebrate your work. So let's go back, and I'm going to pick this image here to edit on Photoshop. So I'm going to go right-hand click, and open with, and then I'm going to come down here and click Photoshop. You can also go into Photoshop when you have it open and go File, Open, and open it that way. That's another way. So here's my image. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the levels. So I'm going to change the light levels and the contrast levels to just get the most out of my image. This picture is actually, the levels are actually not too bad, so I won't need to do much editing. But what I want to do is I want to go to Image, Adjustments, and you want to go to Levels, Curves. Yeah. And you get this display, and this is basically what you can use to change. If you, for example, it's really underexposed, which means there's not enough light getting in, or if it's overexposed, there's too much light, you can just change the levels, and actually normally corrects anything that your camera has done. So what you'll do is, if I go right down, you'll see here it kind of brings out some of the darker elements, and then if I go up here, it kind of lightens it. So you can play around with your image to kind of get the best for you. I'm only going to go a tiny bit because I've actually got the levels reasonably well, and I'm actually going to go a bit darker. Let's just, it's too dark. Actually, maybe I want to go darker down here. Yeah, it's kind of nice to bring out some of the shadows and stuff, so let's just bring that there. That looks good to me. So once I've decided exactly what my curve's going to be, I'm going to hit OK. There we go. So then we have my image, the curves change on image, and now I'm going to, you see these blemishes here, and then this blemish here, this red splodge. I'm going to get rid of those. So I'm going to hit this tool here, which is the Spot Healing Tool Brush. And if you don't view it here, you can just keep your finger on that, and this list will come out, and you can just hit whichever one you want. So it's the Spot Healing Brush we're going to use. And just so I can get a bit closer, I'm going to hit Command plus, and that just zooms in. And now I'm zoomed right in. I'm not in the right place. So I'm going to hit spacebar, and I keep my finger on spacebar, and that will help me navigate to where I want to be in the image. So there it is. There is the culprit, this big red splodge. So to get rid of that, all I have to do is make sure I'm clicked on the Spot Healing Brush, and then just click over it, and it should repair that. Look at that. There we are. So, and I'm just going to look around my image, see if there's anything else I want to heal. I saw there was some kind of black splodges at the top there. Oh, look at those. Let's get rid of these. There we are. There we go. So, much better. Now, if I want to see the whole of my image, I can hit Command 0, and that will just frame the whole image inside the window. So, when I've done that, as you can see, I've got all this space around here, and I want to get rid of that. So I'm going to hit the Crop tool. Now, you've probably used Crop before, but it's just here in the toolbar, and I'm literally just going to pull it in, crop that so that it's framed beautifully in the center. Look at that, it's much better. What I can also do with crop tool is I can move my image around so it's in the center, or if it's slightly to the right, I'm going to put mine here. I think that's a good position to frame my image, or kind of just slightly off to the center so it looks like it's on a bed here. And then the other thing you can do, so I picked my whole tool, I dragged it around, and you can also change the, you can align it, so you can change the orientation, you can change it all the way around if you need to, and I'm just going to change it a little bit, and that's just hovering around the corner here. Then this symbol appears, and then click on your mouse and just drag that to where you want it. So there we go, that's good for me. I'm just going to move it up a little bit, and then click enter. There we are, beautiful.